Danielle.
Hey, beautiful. Look at you looking like a present.
How are you?
My goodness, you're so cute. I love this.
Thank you. I was going for a little butterfly inspiration, so that's the closest I could find.
Real quick, Danielle.
So you noticed my new toy? Believe it or not, for the $2 you saved on coffee, that thing will tell you your life's potential.
Is that right?
Congratulations, leading lady.
Thank you.
We love to see it. I'm very excited for this because, we love you. We've been following you since we saw you as Janae back in the day. So this is like really dope to see you in this amazing starring role. How do you feel getting this Apple TV moment?
It's been a journey, right? And to, like you said, leading lady, it's like, and opposite someone who I admire as a comic, as an actor, and now as a human being that I know him, Chris O'Dowd. And to be on a platform such as Apple TV, who puts a lot behind our show and who's very excited about it, and they stand on it and their track record, it's very much so a pinch me moment, right? And it's just fun also as an artist to be in a world and in a space creatively that's different than anything I've done before. So that for me is a lot of fun too. I lead with my heart and I lead with faith and everything. So I don't know. I try to, sometimes I hear about like it being infectious. So sometimes that to me means the world in that you're affecting someone's day, not negatively, but positively. But being a believer, it's standing 10 toes deep in what you believe in. You know what I mean? And with that comes hard work. It's not like things are just going to fall in your lap. You don't believe that, but you believe that if you have the faith and you meet that faith with the work, you believe that the things will come to fruition. So I would say I'm a believer at the core. My faith grew. It started off with mustard seed, but it's a whole turkey and ham and cheese sandwich right now with little mustard and Dijon and a pickle on the side. But for me, it was just because of the faith and the challenges. And you realize when you don't believe and you doubt, the universe around you also has doubt. And then things become confusing and chaotic. But when you're clear in your vision, when you're intentional, I learned to be intentional. I think that made a huge difference in like my career and like my path. And I feel like when I booked Rosewood, I always tell the story. That was the first time for me. You know how we say things, we hear it, it sounds good, fortune cookie, a meme or whatever. It's like, oh, I love that. Yeah. It sounds great. I want to use that in my life. But it clicked and it made the most sense. That whole thing of what's you is for you. No one can take that from you. When I booked Rosewood, I said, oh, this was my job. Those 1,800 other jobs that I was told no about are the ones that I was like, but that felt right. I was perfect for it because of this, because of that. This one was mine. And it clicked. And that was the first time I cried about it. I prayed about it. And I was just so excited that it finally was like in my bones. Like it was set in my bones, that belief. And then from there, I have never wavered. It was like now, even when Rosewood ended and I had an amazing job, it was like, okay, cool. I hate that it's over, but also I gained great friends out of this. I gained a great experience. Right. The resume got a little extra notch on the belt. And now I look forward when a job ends. I look forward to like, all right, God, what you got next? Like, it's like now it's exciting. It's trying to shift the way you look at that.
Since we're focusing on unlocking the many possibilities that our lives can take, or the paths that we can take in our lives, how do you consider that? Like, do you think that you are on the path that Gabrielle's supposed to be on? Are there other paths for Gabrielle? Like, how does that play out in your brain?
I feel like I'm on my path, but then there's a part of me that feels like I'm on my path at this stage of my career. I mean, of my life. Like, I feel like we go through stages. And I think like some of the process of like doing the work of preparing for this role and for this job and looking into the whole thing of like the morpho butterfly and like the stages that a butterfly, to get to be a butterfly, you start off something else and then you gradually grow to that. So I feel like this stage of my life, it feels very much so like I'm living the potential I set out for. Now, if it's wrong, not sure, but I'm happy in the one I'm in. And I feel like there's still room for me to grow and live. I can recreate a whole nother life if I chose to, if I wanted to go back to school, if I wanted to adopt children, if I wanted to, go and just volunteer for the rest of my life. There's different things that I can pull from in life. And then I can maybe something might speak to me 2 weeks from now, and that might be my new path. So I think I'm just open to whatever that would be. but I am very much so content now and happy in the potential that I'm stepping in right now.
I know that's right. It looks like it, your skin is clear, you're glowing. That's how you know you're in the right path. It's a beautiful show to consider, like your life, like watching at the same time. You're just like, oh, well, like if this was me, what car would I get? And how would I?
1000%.
So I love that it feels very interactive in that way. I'm curious what advice you would give to someone who is searching for their full potential or their purpose in their life as we close out.
Oh, I think really it is a lot of times of just tapping into the quiet. And I know a lot of times in people's life, finding quiet, finding peace, finding center, finding a place to be centered is challenging. We all have so many things going on in our life with work, with family, with whatever, with just watching the news. Just being a human being is so hard.
Right, living.
Being an adult human being is even worse.
Talk about it.
But I think it's really about finding a way to look internally and not externally for that answer. And that is the challenge. I mean, that the hardest part is finding that way to internalize it. But a lot of times we're influenced by outside sources, and not all good advice is what you should, like, not all advice is what you should take from people who aren't on the path that you're trying to get to. I would say my advice would be, don't listen to me. Listen to yourself.
Yes, trust you.
Trust you. Don't listen to me. I don't know nothing.
You know enough. You got here, Gabrielle. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
I'm
Danielle.
so excited for you in this series. I adore you, and I'm just excited to see you continue to shine.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank y'all so much.
Bye.
Real quick with that nigga. Real with that